Today's topic of discussion is cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle is the cyclical occurrence of some events in heart. Each cardiac cycle takes about 0.8 second time. We can broadly classify the cardiac events into two groups, atrial events and ventricular events. Each of them in turn has two events, systole and diastole. Systole is the contraction and diastole is the dilatation of cardiac chambers. First, we will see the atrial events. Atrial systole takes 0.1 second and atrial diastole takes 0.7 second. Let's assume that all the four chambers are in relaxed state or in dilated state. In this state, the atrioventricular valves are open and the semilunar valves are closed. Both atrium now gets filled with blood and blood goes to the respective ventricle via the atrioventricular openings. Then atrial contraction starts. Only 30% of blood is ejected from the atria by its active contraction. Rest 70% of blood comes to the ventricle from the atria passively. Coming to the ventricular events. Ventricular systole takes 0.3 second and ventricular diastole takes 0.5 second. The systole of ventricle has three phases: isovolumetric contraction, rapid ejection phase and slow ejection phase. Diastole of ventricle has 5 phases: protodiastole, isovolumetric relaxation phase, first rapid filling phase, diastasis and second rapid filling phase. Let's talk about the ventricular events. After contraction of the atria, the ventricles are now filled with blood. For simplification, I will describe the left ventricular events only. Be assured that the events are same in the right ventricle. Let's see what happens in the left ventricle. When the ventricles are full of blood, the intraventricular pressure is pretty high. Now, to prevent backflow of blood into the atria, the atrioventricular valves are closed. Now, you tell me, when you close a door with much force, is there any sound produced? I know. You are thinking how funny the question is. It's quite sure that there will be a sound. The same thing happens here. When the atrioventricular valves are being shut, there is production of the first heart sound. See, the aortic valve was closed from the very beginning. The bicuspid valve also has been closed now. So, the left ventricle has become a closed chamber with a fixed volume. Now, the ventricular muscles start contracting. This is the isovolumetric contraction phase. Due to the ventricular contraction, the intraventricular pressure increases. It goes above the aortic pressure and now the aortic valve is forced open. Blood rushes into the aorta from left ventricle. This phase is the rapid ejection phase. After some time, as blood is going to the aorta, the intraventricular pressure falls. So, the velocity of blood flow also decreases. This phase is called as the slow ejection phase. As blood flow to the aorta goes on, a time comes when intraventricular pressure becomes lower than the aortic pressure. In spite of this, blood still continues to come to the aorta. This occurs due to the existent inertia of blood. It is the protodiastole phase. When the aortic pressure becomes much higher than the intraventricular pressure, blood tends to flow in reverse direction, that is, from aorta to left ventricle. Now the semilunar valve comes into play. It is now closed with production of the second heart sound. See, the ventricle has become a closed chamber again. Now the ventricular muscle will relax. So, it is the isovolumetric relaxation. Intraventricular pressure drops, but intraatrial pressure increases due to filling with venous blood. So, the bicuspid valve will open now, and blood will start flowing to the ventricle with a very high velocity. This phase is known as the first rapid filling phase, and the inrush of blood into the ventricle produces the third heart sound. When pressure difference between the atrium and ventricle becomes lower, blood flow becomes sluggish. This phase is called as the diastasis. The last part of ventricular filling coincides with atrial systole. Velocity of flow again increases due to contraction of the atrium. This phase is called as the second rapid filling phase. It is responsible for the production of fourth heart sound. I hope my effort was able to make you understand the cardiac cycle. Though it's not a very easy topic, I have tried my best to simplify it. If you feel this video helpful, hit the like button, share it with your classmates, friends, or anyone who seems curious to you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Press the bell icon to get notified about new videos. You can share your thoughts or ask me questions related to this topic in the comment section. Thank you and happy learning.